It's good to be back. I'm
good
great.
To see you
Feeling
again.
good.
We had a jingle before, I don't know if you remember, and you had to give us a random fact about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll insert the jingle here.
Here comes Niall Horan. Here comes Niall Horan.
What is he doing? Let's hope it's not boring.
I'm Irish.
Here comes Niall Horan. Here comes Niall Horan.
What is he doing? Let's hope it's not boring.
No way, is he? No,
He's Irish.
Is he?
I really liked the video for your last single.
Yeah.
We'll talk about the new single in a second, but the last single, you're wandering around London.
Yeah.
Scoring, Horan, I call it.
Yeah.
Horan and scoring.
It was a great video. It looked like a lot of fun. You even had the rain and everything.
Yeah. Oh no, it was a great laugh to shoot. It was actually quite hard to shoot because the way I wanted to shoot it took because it was all meant to be like continuous one shot type stuff, which is quite hard to shoot. But it was the idea was there. It was good fun. Yeah, and people liked it, I think.
Yeah.
Do you know or do you not know whose gaff was that you were leaving? It looked very nice.
It was actually just in someone's office.
Oh.
And that was just a window to their office, and
right.
That, I suppose it didn't make a difference. It was just the front. I don't even know whose gaff it was.
Is it hard walking around in pants that tight?
Do you know what? I don't think these are too far off them. Yes, it is. It is quite hard to walk around in them. I'm going to try and loosen them up over the years.
Quite a lot of you from that former job you had are doing quite well. Do you bounce solo stuff off each other? Do you go, what do you think of this? Send us your feedback, or do you all hear it when it's done?
Literally when it's done. It's so strange. We very rarely talk about music.
Okay.
And the individual stuff. That's why we end up releasing songs at the same time. Honestly, it was a joke at one point. I think there was 4 out of the 6 weeks or something. We all had a song out in a row or something like that at one point, which was insane. And we should do what you're saying. We should be bouncing stuff off each other.
Have you ever wrritten songs that have the same theme or even the same title by mistake?
No.
Okay, you're not that in sync. Going back in the day.
Thank God.
When you're home like this and Mammy Horan is home and you close the front door and you're safe because everything can't get at you.
Yeah.
Is there still a dinner that Mammy Horan says to you, Niall, what you want?
No, I'd go my granny's just the best, ham, cabbage, mashed potato, turnip, straight down the middle Irish nanny dinner. That and they can all make it. My mother can do it,
Right.
And that's the go-to. Just go in and eat heavy food, heavy wholesome Irish food like that. If you don't get that anywhere else apart from this country, it feels like. So it's good when you get in the door, go and meet the lads for a few pints of Guinness, because I try not to drink Guinness outside of maybe a pub in London, but outside of Ireland I try not to do it.
With Nice to Meet You and No Judgment, I personally feel you've raised the bar again. How will you sum up this album compared to your body of work so far? What's different about this?
Well, I just felt like the last time I can't complain, and hindsight's the best and worst thing. It was successful, and that's great. What I did think is, if I made another album like that, I'd have a very boring gig.
Yeah.
So I wanted to just stick a bit more tempo in behind it, and actually just go in and not pigeonhole myself in any way. Not say, today I am going to finger pick. I need to find another finger picking pattern, or another sort of 6/8, guitar strum pattern. And I just wanted to go in and just write songs, fun songs, and then build productions around them. And I just felt, when I listened to 4 or 5 songs that I'd written, I was like, right, that's the way we're going. We're going a bit more up tempo, with a bit more attitude. So now when I go on tour, my next show will be a nice blend of sad and happy. Yeah. Is the way I'm looking at it.
Are you going to do the way you did with Flicker and the Olympia gig? I was at that, and what struck me was you were talking directly to the crowd, you were trying out new songs, they were very quiet. Will you do that again now with this? Will you do smaller gigs, or are you just going to go straight?
I'm sure maybe 1 or 2, but there's no plans of it yet. It was a great idea. And it worked.
It was just girls crying at the end when you left stage, and I was like,
it was great. Okay. That was the first gig outside of my rehearsal room where I'd actually played that album.
Yeah.
And it's the only gig I've ever been at where you didn't know any song. So apart from us on the stage, no one in the audience knew any of the songs. Wow. Which is unheard of.
Like a rehearsal.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. And then I played London the next night, and because of YouTube and stuff, everyone ever knew the songs inside out. But that was great. I don't know if I'll do it again. I'm just more excited now about putting an arena show together and having 2 albums now to play with, and doing all that. And I can't wait to come back here. Be great.
Of course, you're a monster on Instagram and Twitter. Do you feel the responsibility that you can actually make somebody's year by a retweet or a message?
Yes, I never really think about that. I like have this relationship where I just chat away to the fans, like we're just chatting away, and I don't really think about it like that. But I remember, like, when I was younger, and if someone had written back to me, it would have been like, mind blown. Yeah. So. Yeah, sometimes you think about it both ways, but cool. It is mad. It's a mad responsibility.
FM104 and yourselves follow each other, and if you're tagged or liked 3 months later, the replies are still such and such as like Niall Horan's tweet. It's just...
It is mad, isn't it? When you think about it, like... I've kind of like 40 million now just doesn't make sense. I've got 40 million Twitter followers, and it just doesn't make sense in my head anymore. I've just like got past 20 and just went, that's just ridiculous. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's not... I'm not particularly interested on it either. I just kind of write random stuff, and but it's just
if you think about it too much, it drive you crazy.
It drives you mad. Having that responsibility on your shoulders of talking to 40 million people every day.
Wow,
it's strange.
Yeah.
So I've just brushed past it now, and it's just like a normal Twitter account.
Well, no, I'll keep representing.
I'll try.
You're doing a good job.
Thank you.
On behalf of the Irish people. Keep having the crack as well, though, which I think there's no danger of you not having.
No, we're having a great time, and long may it continue. Fingers crossed. Cheers, boys.
Cheers, man.
Love you, Niall.
Here comes Niall Horan. Here comes Niall Horan.
What is he doing? Let's hope it's not boring.
The Strawberry Alarm Clock.